Hello everyone, we are Team Bytes, and today we're excited to present our project, The 15 Puzzle, a classic game reimagined for the web. Our team includes myself, Lasya, along with Kritika and Pradyuti, and we built this as part of our web programming final project. You can try out our game at our cog URL below, or wait for our demo. I'd like to show you a little bit more information about our project, but let's dive into our PowerPoint. Our project is an interactive web-based sliding puzzle game that integrates user login, gameplay tracking, and customization features using JavaScript, PHP, and a MySQL database to store user data, preferences, and game statistics. Our problem statement is to be able to solve a 15-tile puzzle by sliding numbered squares into the correct order, updated puzzle state, timer, and leaderboard statistics, and incorporating MySQL database to store user accounts, game statistics, background preferences, and administrative content control for a more robust and personalized gaming experience. Coming to our design overview, we use HTML and CSS for layout and styling. JavaScript powers the tile movement and puzzle logic. The backend uses PHP and MySQL to handle users, game states, and preferences. Our tile movement and shuffle logic make sure each puzzle is solvable. And yes, we even added a admin panel for user preferences and customizations. Moving on to team roles, I myself was the team leader and mostly worked on the puzzle movement logic. Kritika focused on the styling features and MySQL integration along with backend development. Pradyuti implemented the core functionalities and backend MySQL features. We all helped to contribute to the testing, debugging, and making the puzzle more polished and playable. Jumping into the Kanban methodology, the columns were organized as a to-do, in progress, testing, and done. Tasks were moved through columns as work progressed. The Kanban methodology provided a visual clarity on project progress and challenges. It simplified the workload and task balancing, encouraged panel feature development. Altogether, Kanban methodology helped us prioritize tasks as a team and work through the project effectively. Personally, for the Scrum reflection, I felt the rapid iterations allowed quick feedback and helped us optimize the puzzle logic. It also helped us enhance the quality control by making it easier to find and address a bug before it went too far into the project. Now I'd like to pass it on to Kritika for a demo of our project.
Thank you, Lasio, for the intro. I will now get into our demo, which is short and sweet. So here is our register page, and I am going to make a random input or whatever. mo07@gmail.com and 4567. Registered, and now it says registration successful. You can now log in. And so if we go demo 07 and then 4567 and log in, it should take us to the page with and you can shuffle to the game. You can your side. And then you can go to the leaderboard page, which has all of this and according to what you've done. And then you can go back to the game, and you can also, you have the time and you have the moves. And is there anything else? You can just click on log out. If you go to register here and try to register in with the same credentials. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. It should give up an error and take you to the login page. And then that would be demo 07 and 4. And I think if you put a wrong password, it says insert password and takes you back to the page again. And I also wanted to talk about, let me see. Seven. Use CSS and JS and also connected everything. Use the background image and stuff like that. And so I want to talk about the actual features that we use, but first let me talk about the admin role, which is to enhance the scalability and security of our platform. We have introduced role-based access control within the system in our system. In our users table, we have added a dedicated row column that clearly distinguishes between two types of users, player and admin. Admins are granted elevated privileges beyond regular gameplay. For example, they can manage user accounts, and more importantly, they can upload new background images that are then available for the players to select. This opens up creative flexibility and allows for future moderation tools like managing content, resetting stats, or removing inappropriate uploads. By separating permissions based on role, we've ensured that sensitive functionalities are restricted to authorized users only, which is crucial for platform integrity and security. This structure also prepares us for future scalability if we ever want to build out an admin dashboard or introduce moderators. The foundational permission system is already in place. In short, this feature adds a layer of professional grade control that goes beyond the basic game and moves toward a more robust, community-ready platform. So coming to database integration and enhanced features. So the first thing that we used is user accounts and secure authentication. One of the first features we focused on was creating a secure user account system because every personalized experience starts with proper authentication. Users can register and log in through forms that are connected through our PHP-based backend. On registration, user credentials, especially passwords, are never stored in plain text. Instead, we use hashing through PHP's password hash function to securely encrypt passwords before saving them in the database. This adds a crucial layer of protection in case of any data breaches. Once a user logs in, we generate a secure session using PHP, which helps maintain their logged in state across different pages of the site. So whether they're playing the puzzle, changing preferences, or viewing the leaderboard, their session remains intact. This system ensures that only authenticated users can access gameplay features and have their stats and preferences tracked and saved. It also lays the foundation for additional personalized experiences like user-specific leaderboards, themes, or progress tracking over time. Overall, our authentication system makes the app feel professional, secure, and tailored to each individual user. Another one is global and personalized leaderboards. To add a fun and competitive layer to our game, we implemented both global and personalized leaderboards using data stored in our game stats table. Every time a user completes a puzzle, their time taken, move count, and puzzle size are recorded in the database. This allows us to generate leaderboards based on different metrics, such as the fastest completion times or the fewest number of moves. What's really important is that the leaderboard can be filtered by puzzle size. For example, a user playing a 3x3 puzzle shouldn't be competing with someone solving a much harder 6x6 board. So we made sure our queries separate scores based on the puzzle's dimension, ensuring fairness and meaning comparisons. In addition to global rankings, we also created personalized leaderboards. These show each user their own best scores across different puzzle sizes, giving them motivation to replay the game and beat their personal records. Altogether, these features increase user engagement, promote replayability, and make the game feel more rewarding as players track their progress over time. Next, let me introduce you to the key features. One of them is game time with some music file. This greatly enhances the gameplay experience. The real-time game timer and move counter paired with dynamic background music. As soon as the player starts the puzzle, the game immediately begins tracking the elapsed time in seconds and the total number of moves made, both of which are displayed live on the screen. This constant feedback keeps players engaged and aware of their performance as they strategize. To make the experience even more immersive and adrenaline pumping, the game automatically plays an energetic music track hosted on the server in the background. This soundtrack adds excitement and motivation, pushing players to solve the puzzle faster. When the puzzle is finally completed, the game presents the player with their current performance, showing the total time and moves taken, along with their best recorded time and move count. This comparison encourages replayability and improvement. In summary, this feature combines real-time performance tracking with an upbeat musical backdrop to create a thrilling and motivating puzzle-solving environment. Another exciting enhancement we have implemented is the ability for player to select different puzzle sizes. We've added a simple and intuitive size selector either as a drop-down menu right on the game board interface. This lets users choose from a range of puzzle dimensions 3 and 3, 4 into 4, 5 into 5, 6 into 6, and beyond. Once a size is selected, the puzzle dynamically regenerates to fit the chosen dimension, instantly adjusting the challenge level. This flexibility gives the players freedom to tailor the game to their skill level or mood, whether they want a quick, easy puzzle or a more complex brain teaser. By offering multiple sizes, we enhance gameplay variety and extend replayability for making the game accessible and enjoyable for a wider audience. My scrum reflection. During our sprint, one thing that really stood out was the role flexibility within our team. Instead of sticking strictly to our designated roles, everyone was willing to pitch in and help wherever it was needed. This created a really supportive atmosphere and kept the momentum going smoothly. Another big benefit was better risk management. Because we collaborated frequently and stayed close in communication, we were able to catch integration issues early on. This early detection helped us fix problems before they became major roadblocks, which kept our project on track. And just so my demo was a little bit up and down, I'm gonna just do a quick run through of it again. This is the register page, and I'm just gonna use the one that I already have, and I'm gonna show that this is, I already created this a while ago, so this is gonna pop up as an error and take me to the login page. So demo and then demo 1, 2, 3. Once I've logged in, I shuffle and the time is lapsing and I get to play. This anytime soon because it takes a lot of time, but clearly it's showing the moves and the time taken for a person to finish the thing. If I can just get the 3 up there. Let's see. Okay. But yeah, so it's that the leaderboard, you can choose everything. You can go back to the game and we can also log out. But yeah, that's it for the demo. And now I'm going to give it to Praditi so that she can give us explanation code of the codes and show us the SQL parts.
Let's take a quick look at one of the core JavaScript functions, tile movement. The logic begins by checking whether the tile clicked is adjusted to the blank tile. If it is, we swap the two tiles visually update the grid, and increment the move count. After every valid move, we run a win check to see if the tiles are now in correct order. If so, a you win message is shown and we save the game result to the database via AJAX call. This logic had been dynamic since the puzzle size is changeable, so we used a flexible grid system based on selected dimensions. Overall, this snippet is the heartbeat of our game engine, allowing for fluid, responsive gameplay. Now, for the front-end part of the user management, we created a clean and simple HTML forms for both registration and login. Each form uses POST to submit data securely to PHP scripts, register.php and login.php. These scripts handle data validation, password hashing, error messages, and session management. The forms collect essential fields like username, email, and passwords, and every field is marked as required to prevent empty submissions. We also included a cross-link so that users can easily switch between login and registration and styled both pages using shared external CSS file, authentication.css. Overall, these forms not only provide essential functionality, they also contribute a smooth, consistent user experience. Our MySQL database scheme contains several well-structured tables to support gameplay, user management, and customization. The first one is the users table. It stores account details, includes secure password hashes, contains a role column for access control. And the second is the game statistics table. It records the time, move count, and win status and the puzzle size, linked to specific users via foreign key and user ID. It captures the game content, puzzle size, and win-loss status. And the third is user preferences. Stores player-specific settings like sound, default puzzle size, and background. Links to preferred background images for a personalized experience. And then the background images, which allows to manage upload backgrounds, tracking images URLs, and activation status. Each of these tables work together to offer a personalized data-driven puzzle experience, ensuring that every user has their own experience and trackable journey. So the test users and current statistics. For the testing purposes, we created two sample users, Demo1 and Demo. Their passwords were securely hashed and both users currently have the default role of players. After registering these accounts, we ran a series of test games to verify that stats were being recorded properly, leaderboard queries worked for different puzzle sizes, and user sessions persisted across pages. We also tested the admin upload feature by adding custom background, which were properly stored and showed on the game board. All of this confirms that our backend systems are securely and gameplay is trackable, and the user experience is customizable. Thank you.